Show needs to be weed whack. This sun ain't no joke. Hey. Just getting set up. I'm just coming on. I ain't doing nothing just yet. Hold on. Yeah, I am just getting set up. I just turned on. You know, it's kind of early. Me coming out here, all this sun. I should have waited another hour like I usually do. It's too much sun for me. I don't like all that. Y'all come on in. Yeah, all the sun. What's up with that? I like it though, but at the same time I don't. But here's what I don't like about it. Hold on, let me get this right. You guys, what's up, what's up, what's up? I hope y'all had a great day. Hope you had an amazing day. As I always say, I never come on unless I got something to say. If I don't feel like I got a message, I don't waste nobody's time. I'm not coming on to waste nobody's time. I'm only coming on to give y'all some words of encouragement to help y'all along your healing journey and your self-love journey. That is my job and that is my purpose. And that's all I want to do, is to make sure that I can encourage someone to tap into the frequency of love and become the best version of themselves, learning how to pour into themselves. So many of us went through so many things in our life, and what happened is we got so comfortable with pleasing other people versus ourselves, right? We get so comfortable with that. So in the mix of all that, what ended up happening is uh, you put yourself last. And I'm looking at the deer across the street. It's so pretty. Hold on. Maybe I could turn the camera around to other people come up in here, because I'm going to just talk until everybody come in here. It don't make me none. It is for the people that need to hear. Let them hear. Okay, let me see if I got it. Yeah, I probably can't see it. But anyway. Yeah, so like I said, you know, we get so accustomed to and comfortable with making sure that we pour into everybody else and we put ourselves last. And, you know, going through that journey of feeling lost and feeling alone, even though you may have a big old family, you may have a lot of kids, you may have a lot of, you know, people around you, but you still feel lost and you feel lonely. You feel like there is no one there. Like when you need somebody and you want to reach out to somebody, it seems like there's no one there, right? And that's because it's not an isolation. A lot of people like to say, God, isolate me from people. God not isolating you from people. God don't isolate. Isolation, if you look at that word and really what it means, isolation means to take you away, put you away from others, put you so far away from others that you become so detached from everything, right? That's why a lot of people end up depressed. God is not of depression. How about God will disconnect us from the things that we thought we needed, meaning that he disconnect us, but we're still present. We're still present in the world of knowing we're here. We can see what's going on. We see the people. We get to see everything. We're just disconnected from the world that we once knew, which was chaos, mess, anxiety, depression, jealousy, whatever it may be. Got to disconnect us from that. And the reason why he disconnect us from that, because it's time. I think that God sometimes, if it was up to me to think about, you know, why do God do us that way? I think he get to the point of, if we are his children, he love us like that, then he gets to the point that, hey, he get tired of seeing people, you know, jumping on us and we not fighting back. He get tired of, you know, us going through what everybody told us, always turn your cheek, turn your cheek, turn your cheek. I don't think that's how life's supposed to go. It's not turn your cheek. Turning your cheek turned into, you can disrespect me, you can cheat on me, you can do all these things to me, talk about me behind my back, take from me, steal from me, and I'm still going to be your friend, and I'm still going to welcome you in with open arms. That's not what it was meant to be. And you're not going to understand that until you heal. Until you heal, you're always going to operate from a place of unconditional love from a broken place, right? You're always going to operate from that place, and you're always going to look at, well, give them another chance. I'm going to just pray for them. They didn't mean it. I see the potential in them. They really didn't mean it. They love me. The hell with that. That's not what, that's not what God meant when he said, do not do unto others how they do unto you. No, you don't have to be mean to them, but at the same time, when you say enough is enough, when you forgive that person, it does not mean come back. Come hang out with me. I love you. You love me. Let's make babies, get married, let's be together. That's not what that mean at all. What it mean is, all right, I forgive you because I don't want to harvest any grudges or anything that's going to cause me to sin. And forgiveness is for you. You, the person that did me wrong, you need forgiveness. See, I don't have to forgive you. You're the one with the guilty conscience. That's a you problem, not a me problem. You go ahead on, but I'm a forgive you for me, so I won't harvest any hate in my heart and want to come beat you up later. So no, forgive, but that does not mean come back. What that means is we're done. We're done here. We're absolutely done here. Carry on. It was a good run. You took many years of running me through, making me feel like, treating me, mistreating me, dogging me out. We had a good run. You had a good run. But see, now it's my turn. Now I'm about to run this show. See, that's when you start to heal and you wake up and you realize, wait a minute, I'm the prize. Wait a minute. What's the problem? Hold on. I've been letting you do this to me for all these years. For why? See, when I use that broken English, that means I'm on to something. For why? Why am I letting you, forgiving you to bring you back into my life? Let me tell you what it sounds like, what it's really like. When you forgive someone that constantly mistreats you, constantly come up against you, and you let them back in, what you're saying is, yes, I need you in my life. Yes, I'm begging you to come into my life to mistreat me. I don't know how to operate without getting mistreated. So I need you here with me. And I need you here with me because, it just don't seem right. Something feels off. So get back over here. Matter of fact, you hungry? Let me feed you so you can mistreat me. Let me put a roof over your head because you have to mentally and physically abuse me or whatever it is. That's what that's like when you constantly allowing the same things into your life. And that's because you're unhealed. But when you heal, you just look at it for what it is. Like, all right, yeah, you tried it. Yep, you did it. It's like you awaken to, oh, wow, that really happened. They did me like that. However, because I'm healing, I'm not about to say, okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to do this to you because you did that to me because now I know, now I'm mad. No, you don't get mad. You don't get even either. Don't be sitting around, my mama told me, my grandma told me to get even, put hot grits on it. No, we're not doing that, right? What you're going to do is, this is how you heal and grow, by not even reacting. It happened. Cool. Even in the times when it happened and for some reason they made you feel like you were the problem and you the one that did it, it's okay. Step back. Allow that to happen. Now what you just did was you drew boundaries. You drew those boundaries, so now the next person that come into your life, because you're not going to shut yourself out from love. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is something that a lot of people can't comprehend because they never had it. Do you understand? Everybody loves from the capability of what they know, from the mindset of what they know. So if I was growing up in a household that if my mom or my dad only knew love as tough love of, okay, I'm not giving you that, or I'm not giving you this, I'm not going to help you out with this, it's tough love, then that's what I'm going to go through life thinking love is. So when somebody try and show me love, guess what I'm going to do? Turn it away. You ain't talking about nothing. Go ahead. You ain't talking about nothing. I need that one over there that's going to mentally abuse me and say he loved me. That's the type of love I know. Do you understand? So in the healing process, you are learning things. God will disconnect you from everything that you once knew that was true and facts and bring you to the real truth, the real authentic you. That's why your feelings was always hurting and you always want to go fight because your feelings hurting, because you only knew two emotions. And I teach this a lot. The two emotions was happy and angry. If somebody made you cry right now, you ready to go beat up the world. You like, you know what? They need to be saved from me. I know if I go outside, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get locked up because I'm mad. I'm mad. Well, why are you mad? Because they hurt your feelings. Let's break it all the way down. They hurt your feelings. Okay, your feelings hurt, but you're angry. Your feelings hurt, but you're angry. But where else do I put it? I don't put it with happy, because you only know two emotions, which is happy or angry. So therefore, you start acting out. And as you heal, God begins to show you what emotions are, the true meaning of an emotion. Because before you can feel, you have to have the emotion of it, right? So that's why God will disconnect you to start teaching you and helping you learn you. Because in order for you to know Him, you have to know you, because He dwells in you. The kingdom of God is in you. Christ conscious, it's in you. In order to love Him, everybody walking around here talking about they Christians or whatever it is, and they go to church and they do all this hooping and hollering, get fancy, get a little tithing money because they about to show out on everybody. They done went. Matter of fact, they ain't even gonna write a check. They ain't writing no check. They putting it in the basket, all cash, baby. They want you to see you sitting next to them, how they count these $100 and put it in the basket, baby. And get up there and they like, I love God, run around in the circle, do the running man, do the cabbage patch, running down, toupee flipping up, running down, the doggone wig done slid off, your sour wig cap is stinking and you running around and you doing the two-step, right? All because you're saying that you love God. But when you love God, God is within you, right? So you can't love Him and you're always angry. You can't love Him and you're always mad. You can't love Him and you're always judging. You can't love Him and you being fake. You being synthetic, right? No, you can only love God from an authentic place. But you got to learn to love you first. How can you love somebody else and you don't love you first? A lot of us, we even have babies. And we're like, you know what? We got mistreated our whole life, and I'm about to give this love to somebody. I'm about to give all this love to somebody, and I'm going to give it to them. And I'm going to have me a baby, and I'm going to have me a family, and I'm going to get a husband, and we're going to do this differently. Right. And it sounds good. And I promise you, if you put it on paper, it's going to read very well. I promise you it is. However, you're going to, in actuality, what's about to happen is you're going to get married. Yeah. And then you're going to go in there and self-sabotage everything, because the idea of what you think love is and how a marriage should go. Then you're going to have these kids and you're going to give all this love and become so overprotective of them and so controlling over what access they have. And then you disconnect them from everybody and you don't know. And you see where I'm going with this? All because you never healed. You're trying to operate from a place. You never healed and loved yourself, so you're trying to operate from a place of what you believe something should be like. And listen, everybody do it. Everybody do it. We were all lacking something at one point. We were all failed in our life at some point. But the accountability of it is, in the misplaced anger, we began to point fingers at the people that we feel should have shown us some things, right? Your mother, your father, and we get mad and we get to point, you did this to me and you hurt me and you did this, and they did. However, you have to take the step back. I have someone that always say, man, people just be people. You just got to let people. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not let people. What he's saying is, you get to come up to me, do whatever you want to do in my life, and you just be in you. Let you be you. No, absolutely not. No. Let's fix that right now. You can be who you are. You can people all you want, but you ain't gonna people your ass over here. Period. No, those are my boundaries. You can be who you are, but you can't be who you are in my presence, because it's not going to match. We are not the same. We don't look at things the same. We don't balance the same. We don't, none of that. Carry on. Doesn't mean I don't like you. It's just you're not for me. Scootle. Now scooch on over there. So you have to look at, when love and pointing the fingers and blaming everybody else, what about you? You have to start focusing on you. What part did you play in that? Yeah, you was a child. However, now that you're an adult, I want you to think about your mother or your father. How were they poured into? Maybe they poured into you with the best that they knew how. That was it. They didn't have nothing else to give you because they never learned to have nothing else. How can they pour something into you if they don't even know what needs to be poured into you? They grew up in a place of survival, meaning that they got to eat. They're going to go get them a coon, skin it, cook it. I don't know. Right? Hey, Nye. They're going to do that. They know how to survive. They know how to get you ready for the world. Da, 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 da. They came from a time and then came from another time that came from another time and came from another time, which is, y'all don't talk about my little towel. It's my little bench towel. And in another town, in another time, they came from another time, which is your ancestors, right? So let's track it back to slavery. They came from a place, let's take it back to Africa, right? They were kings and queens. Let's say that. Let's start there. Let's build a timeline. Even if it ain't the right timeline, I'm about to make it a timeline. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Okay, they came from a place where they were kings and queens. Wherever they wanted, they got. Everybody was rich. It wasn't just the king and the queen that was rich. It was everybody in the village or the town or whatever it was. They all were rich. They all ate well. They all respected each other. They were all one family. And then they came from that time to, being crossing waters to territory that they didn't even know ever even existed. They became into the new world, right? See, just like a timeline shift. They came into the new world that they knew nothing about. They could only remember and they can only adapt to, or not even adapt to. They only know cultural things from the world they came from. So that's kind of like your past, right? Follow me. And that's all they could adapt to. They don't know nothing else. This new world is crazy. And then it's all these other skin colors. Well, it was just one. It was white. Anyway, they sitting around here and they talking a language that they don't know nothing about. Okay. They don't know what to do. Of course they're scared. Yes, I used to be a queen in my time, but here it is, I'm a warrior. Yes, I was a warrior in my time, and in my world, but now we just done crossed over. Can you imagine what that looked like? And matter of fact, let's just say that they did get a view of what it looked like outside. Now, they went through all the traumas, and it was traumatic getting here anyway, but they just seen nothing but water. See, when you're on the water, you don't see anything else. You don't see nothing, but it looked like the clouds are in front of you. So it looked like they just left a world and went into a new world. That new world that they've been talking about where the gods live. Who knows, right? So then they get to the new world and they auction off, and this goes on for years and years and years, right? This goes on for years and years. They're beaten, they mistreated, all these things are happening to them. So now that culture it changed from us being everything is given to us, to now we got to fight to survive. And then now we don't know who to trust because they couldn't get on the boat without another group of black folks. But that's a whole nother, it took a slave to catch a slave, but we'll talk about that another time. Now, who do I trust? Now they're at a place that, okay, now they beat the husbands in front of the women, right? Because it said, Jim Crow, it talks about if you beat the husband in front of the wife, then she, when she bore her son, he will obey. That was the manual of slave ship. That was the manual. See, they had a manual. It was a manual of how you treat the slaves. So then now it changed. That timeline changed to, instead of us trying to fight to, we don't know who to trust. Now I'm having a son. I'm having kids. So now I need to change. I need to raise my kids to survive. Because one day you're going to be able to escape here. And one day you're going to make it to the new world. But I'm going to teach you how to survive off the land, because they had to go back to what they knew, because they don't know nothing else. They don't know anything about this new world. They don't know nothing about no skillets and forks and all these different things, right? So you see how the time changed, and then all of a sudden they got to a place that now they're free, but now they know survival skills. They know how to live without. They know how to not trust. They know how to do this. It wasn't about emotions at that time. This sun is just on me. It was not about emotions at that time of, here, let me love on you. Let me do this. Let me comb your hair and get that mommy-daughter time. Let me bond with you. And this carried on for centuries. Now I'm gonna take it, move it all the way up to, let's say, my great grandma. Now my great grandma is in a time that, okay, they're starting to get land. Okay, now she has my grandmother, and my grandmother had to grow up in a time, I don't know if this is true, I'm just giving a timeline, had to grow up in a time that, hey, you need to get out there. I'm gonna marry you off because I need a mule. You got the childbearing hips or whatever it is, because things like that happen. I'm not saying it happened to my grandma, I'm just speaking. I always use me as an example. So now she's pretty much sold off, because now they changed slavery from selling you off to another ethnic group, right? To your own people in a favor of something, a quid pro quo. I give you my daughter, you give me a piece of your land. Because now it's a business transaction. Have you noticed I have not said anything about that father saying I love you or this, that, and the other? They were trained in the mindset to do this. So let's move it on forward. So now I get my mother, and I'm not saying this is my mother, I'm just using myself as an example in this scenario. And then you get my mother that don't know how to pour into me properly, teach me things, personal hygiene, love on me, tell me I'm beautiful, pour into me to make me feel confident, talk to me to make sure that I don't go running around. But see, what I had to see is, from grandma and granddaddy beat her up, mama, daddy beat her up, they all was submissive because they was brought up in the time. So now here I am with childhood trauma. I'm not saying this is my story, I'm using this as an example just in case one of my family members get on here, because they seem to love to lurk. So listen, so then I am here, or you are here, and you're doggone going through all these different traumas, and you're trying to break down this generational curse, and now you mad because they did not pour into you, and you want to point the fingers. But you can't point the fingers. And when I'm trying to tell you about healing and learning about self-love, you can't point the fingers until you can trace it back to why didn't your mother pour into you? She ain't had nothing to pour into you. She wasn't even taught. She was taught to survive, so she taught you how to survive. She taught you what she knew. She raised you how she knew. Your job is to make sure you break it down for your children. You break the generational curse. Instead of getting angry and upset, start looking at things from different angles, different ways of looking at it. I'm trying to fix this camera, and then this stupid, my phone stand is acting crazy. I broke it. Hold on. So instead of blaming someone and getting upset when things don't go your way, instead try and find out why they like that. You need to be healed. Sometimes you can't go back and heal grandma or mama, because they ain't trying to hear that. Remember, a lot of people in our culture, they feel like therapy. Girl, you better go out there and chop some wood. Girl, you better go out there and sell some, you better go sit down somewhere. A heartbreak. A heartbreak. Girl, you shouldn't have time to have a heartbreak. You should be working 3 jobs for you, that man, and them kids. Do you understand? They all toxic. But they're only toxic because that's all they know. They don't know nothing else. They don't know how to be any other way. They don't know how to, listen, here's an example for me. I wanted boys. I'm like, God, just bless me with boys. Because I was so afraid. We're about to get out the sun, y'all. I was so afraid of having a little girl. And y'all, I was so afraid of having a little girl. And because I know how fragile little girls are, because I was a little girl at one point. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to make a mistake and mess up her life. All because I'm thinking about how my life, why my self-esteem was so low, or why, how I felt when things like that happened to me. And so since I know that all too well, I definitely did not want to bring a baby girl into this world. Now that I'm here, I'm ready to bring her into this world. I am so ready to bring her into this world. Shoot, I was sweating out there. I am so ready to bring her into this world, and I don't care about the age. I don't care about what. All I know is that I'm supposed to bring one in, but I know what to do because I had to break the generational curse first. I had to break that. I had to break that whole curse of, son, Oh God, this made me so mad when I got my divorce from the kid's dad. And I think, yeah, my oldest, he was about 7. And he gonna tell him, you the man of the house. Now don't tell my son he the man of the house. You're the man of the house. You're a baby. Go sit down. Because that's how toxicity starts. That's how corruption starts in the mind. That's why it be so much pressure. Instead of him being a kid, he too busy worried about trying to take care of me. You're a baby. That's my job to take care of you. So, nip that in the bud. After his dad gave him his little speech, because I'm like, dude, shut up. You know, I really wanted to say something real crazy and reckless, but I was like, nah, I gotta talk to my son. I said, first off, son, I love you, and I know you love me, and I know you love your brother, and I know that you're gonna always take care of me, and I'm always take care of you. But you're not in charge here, okay? You do not have to be in charge. I want you to be a kid. If I need some help, I'll ask you for some help. But you are a child. I had to break that generational curse of, and that's been going on for years, that something happened to mom, the oldest son's supposed to come in, or the oldest son, or this is the one that get me, that definitely had to get broken. How mothers raise their daughters, would groom their daughters, knowingly and unknowingly, to take care of a man by taking care of their brothers. Let's talk about it. Meaning that you learn how to cook. Feed your brother. You want something to do? Go ask your brother. Put your brother in charge. You know, if we gonna cook or something, go ask your brother what he want to eat. Your brother don't clean up, you clean up behind your brother. You go do all this behind your brother. The brother, listen. And that's why half of them sorry as hell now. Listen to me, and listen to me very carefully. They never had a responsibility because the mom was so busy grooming the daughter to take care of the brother, was so busy grooming the daughter to take care of a man, and didn't understand how toxic that was. And then we grow up, we know how to run a household, baby, let me tell you that. But it was something different about me. There is people that go outside, not outside, I don't know why I said outside. There are people that go in that kitchen and they cook. And then there are people that go in that kitchen and they know how to fix something to eat. Well, I'm the fix something to eat. We gonna eat. I'm not the best cook. Let me tell you something. I am the one that mess up plenty of meals. Like when you looking at it like, oh, it's gonna be fire. When you see I'm about to pull them steaks out the bag, yes, sir. Boombastic side-eye. However, we eat. Now, that's not the point I'm getting to. What I'm trying to say is I had a father that I was really close with. So while my brother was in the kitchen, always gossiping with my mama, I was outside with my daddy. So I know how to do things. I know how to fix things. I know how to put it together. My dad taught me how to be in my masculine energy. I didn't know anything about feminine energy. I thought feminine energy was just, cried a lot. So, my brother, he stood in feminine energy. And wait a minute, let's not get it twisted. We all have feminine and masculine energy. So let's never get that twisted. Okay? However, he was more in feminine energy growing up. He would, get into stuff, but he's more emotional. That's just who he is. He's a Pisces, so y'all already know. He's emotional. This joker, I don't know, you get his order wrong, he about to blow up the whole spot. I mean, he just get overly emotional. However, that's not the point. Let me get to the point. For me, I was in masculine energy. I was in masculine energy because of the fact I took tips from my dad. My mom, it's like she couldn't say anything to me. I don't know. I know it was some underlying stuff. Yeah. I know why, but I just rather been able to take care of myself. And I chose a side, and that was the side of masculine energy. And that's what I grew up in. And that's what I became. So something break. You won't see me on the phone talking about something. I need a mechanic. I need a plumber. Until I looked at it first, baby. I will take that whole toilet down, take it apart. My sons, I'm telling you now, my sons will come downstairs immediately, roll their eyes and try and walk back upstairs because they see I done took something apart. Yeah, we got to fix this, buddy. And because my whole thing is this, if I'm doing it, my sons, come on. And what I do that for. But my sons, you come on, because everything that I know how to do, you're going to know how to do. Right? That's just how I am. But back to the women, that's how they raise the daughters, to take care of a man by their brothers, right? And so that's toxic within itself. And I broke that generational curse. Well, I didn't have any daughters, but the one that I broke was my son feeling like because he's the oldest, he has to take care of everything. He's the oldest, so he has to have the brunt of everything. Because what do you do to kids that feel like they have to take care of the house and the family? A child that feel like they have to take care of the family. 18 years old, 21 years old, 20 years old, 30 years old, is still a baby when it comes to taking care of the family. Because they carry that as if it's their job, because nobody took it from them and nobody check on them. You know what moms say? No, he's responsible, he'll take care, or she's very responsible. If something happened to me, call this person. If something, because you gave it to them, you put that on them, and nobody never asked how they felt. So I broke that generational curse of, here, son, first off, yes, you're 18. You have responsibilities. I know you can do some things. Now that you're getting older, yes, emergency contact, you're kind of my emergency contact, because we ain't got no family here. So it's like, hey, you know what I mean? But if at any moment, son, that you feel like this is too much, because I teach my kids to be open and have a great open conversation. We have great conversation. Tell me what you feel. You are still a baby. I'm still teaching you. He was so worried before he left high school, because he graduated early. He graduated that December. And he was so worried. My baby went into a damn depression. That boy was depressed. I mean, he was gaining weight. My closet, to get from my room to my bathroom, to my closet area, it's slim doors. They're French doors, but they're slim. And when I was sitting there, because I didn't know how to say, son, I just can't even say it now. How do I tell him that he FAT, And I'm a personal trainer. So I look at him. My baby went through that door and he had to go sideways and that stomach kind of got caught. I was like, oh, no, because first off, I'm too silly to see something like that. But we had to have a conversation. Come on, son. What's going on? He was like, Mom, because I don't know what I'm going to do. Everybody else got a plan on what they're going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, my baby, and he never, ever shedded a tear. I haven't seen my son shed a tear since, I think, 5th grade, maybe 4th, But baby, I dropped everything. I don't even care. And that joker way bigger than me. Oh, this is my time to shine. Come to mama. Stop all conversation. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear nothing else. You right here, lay your head on my lap and let me hold you, because you need your mommy. Because for some reason you feel like you too big, because I'm smaller than him. You too big and that's not right. It's my time to shine. Come on. Let it out. You don't hold back one tear, one thought. Whatever it is, let it out. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care what it is. Let it out. Because I refuse to have you growing up in the world feeling like you can't release any emotion because you a man. Hell no. No. You will. And that's the generational curses that you have to break. That's why it's so many men of our culture that's out here spitting. They don't even know how to accept love because their mother never gave it. I'm a nurturer. I didn't get that from anybody. I didn't get it from my mama. She a thug. I didn't get that from my mama. No, sir. No. Don't hug her too much. Matter of fact, don't all that I love you stuff. And that's not just her. It's my family. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, my entire family, except for the first cousins, the ones we grew up with around each other. The first cousins, not the first cousins that's the age of my mom, because she has some that's her age. I'm talking about the first cousin where we're all around. That's the first thing. As soon as we see each other, hug, I love you. When we get off the phone, I love you. That is it. It's like we created that ourselves because it wasn't in them. Them was some gangsters. Like at their wedding vows. The woman telling the man, I just want to let you know that you done changed a thug and made a thug fall in love. That's the type of stuff. Like these, they not doing it. And it's not because they don't want to. Maybe they don't know how. But I tell you this. I got that from my dad. And no, my dad was not feminine at all. It's just that who he was. His mama poured into him. Regardless of what happened, his mama showed him what real love was. She would love on him. They would talk. They loved each other. My dad loved us. I'm talking about when I used to constantly get, I'll tell you this one story. Somehow I ended up with a stolen car. Don't judge me. Go on about your business. This is when I was younger. I'm riding. About 14, 15. I'm riding. I'm feeling good. I'm cruising. I don't even care. I see my daddy walking out. I was like, pull over. He looking at me. I'm looking at him. But because I'm his baby girl, and not just because I'm his baby girl, I'm him. So it wasn't as many whippings as he gave me, and he hated it. He got to the point that he just started hitting the, it is 6:40 p.m. He just started whooping the bed because it's nothing he could do to get me out of, you know what I mean? I was him. So, in the girl form. So I pull over, he get in the car, and he looking because he like, and he said, you know, we both can go to jail, right? I was like, well, why? Because what I need to, why I'm gonna go to jail? If you don't know what's going on, I don't know what's going on. You know, because I'm 15, 16. I'm smart. And we rode. We went and got what he needed. I rode him on back. Drove him back. We sat back and we chilled. And he told me, Woogie, I love you. I love you. But your ass going to jail. And he told me to go take that car wherever I got it. I'll get it back, whatever. But the thing is, I was always in something. But no matter what, even when I was always in the mix of something, if I made him mad because I was always in the mix of something, he always showed up for me. And he never showed up with the whole thing of, you know, my daughter right, you wrong. It was kind of, listen, I'm going to throw a Hail Mary on this one and hope it stick type of thing. So, and that's where I learned to be nurturing from. So even in friendships, relationships, and things like that, people don't know how to take me. And the reason why they don't know how to take me is because they see me who I am today, right? I get judged off the season that I'm in, off of whatever season I'm in. And right now, you know, I'm in my grown woman season, right? So people would just assume like, oh, you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. And then, you know, they see, you know, how I live and things like that. And it's like, oh, no, you know, you don't know nothing about getting it out the mud. Bruh, I am the mud. But this the problem. See, I'm the mud. I can, you know, pretty much mold myself into whatever I needed to be. I didn't stay stuck in the mud. I molded myself to who I needed to be a successful version of myself. I didn't just stay there. Everybody else stayed stuck. Everybody else wanted to stay in the mud. No, I made it like clay. Like Play-Doh. I made me be the best version of me. I made me be the chick that got out of the hood and made it to where I am today. So regardless of how you see me or regardless of what you think of me, I know who I am. It's just that I'm not her anymore. I've grown to become this girl, this chick, this queen. You know what I mean? And so that's what love, so a lot of people don't understand what love is. So when I show it, I'm just genuine. So if I come, it doesn't matter. Anybody on this live, if you reach out to me, it's not going to be a, well, what, huh? It's not going to be fake that when you see me in the street, I'm not the same person that I am. I'm that same chick. it's not that anything, I'm just not fake. Like, I don't know how to be fake. That's one thing my father taught me. Always be who you are and just be that. Matter of fact, I do know how to be fake. Let me tell you why. Because I lived a life of people pleasing and being and making sure I was always there for other people and pretending like I'm not hurt. Yeah. 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 So yeah, I know how to do that. I know how to be fake. Yeah. You're right. I do. Because I lived that life. That's the life that was taught to me. But it was something about my father always trying to break me out of the matrix of that. And you be who you are. Conversation is the best thing in the world next to understanding. So I would dumb myself down to make other people comfortable. Because if I have a conversation, they all want to turn and look at me like, oh, here she go, Miss Perfect. Here she come. Wisdom. Here she come. You damn right. Here I come. Boom. But that's not what I said. I'd be like, all right, you're right. And then I found myself not talking because I want you to feel comfortable in my presence. Ah, that sounds dumb, right? We do that. We want people to feel comfortable. You came to me. Listen, you came to me. I didn't call for you. See, when I call for you, when I invite you over, when I invite you into my space, then therefore I make you comfortable. But you came into my space and then you want me to shut down. You want me to disappear. You want me to change my whole aura to make you comfortable. And guess what I did? I did it. I shut down. Good people pleaser. Yep. Yep. I shut all of it down. I would not talk around certain people. I would just make it seem like, okay, well, he's smart. Then I found myself asking people questions of stuff I already know the answer to, just so they feel smart. And they still gave me the dumbest answer ever. And I was like, oh, you real smart. What was your mama, like a teacher or something? Hey Leah, I miss you, boo boo. I'm back in the gym, but I've been going to I'm gonna get back to you guys. I'm back at Planet Fitness. However, I got to finish my training session, so I got another, after this week I got another 4 weeks, and then I'll be back in the gym and me and you can work out. Leah, love you. So yeah, listen, y'all, I did all that to make people comfortable. We can go back by the pond now because the sun gone. The sun was just like, listen, all that beauty, let me shine on you, girl. Let me shine on you. Melodies from heaven. Rain down on me. Rain down on me. Yes. We done talked about everything. Listen, we done jumped topics, but the main thing that I wanted to have the discussion about was definitely about breaking those generational curses, learning how to heal and pour into yourself before you pour into others, right? But understanding first, identifying that the life you've been living all these years have been a lie. All right, well, you know where I live at, so you can come over here anytime. Do you hear me, little girl? So listen. So that's the thing. But in order to get to that self-love, you have to identify that everything that you were taught was a lie. Everything that you was taught about, hey, when your mom in there, you need to get in this kitchen, you need to cook. And they like, ah. Well, the reason why they was putting you in the kitchen is because that's what they were taught. They got to take care of man. No, you're absolutely right. But that's something I had to learn. That's something I had to learn, you know, and they tell us, you know, you got to learn how to cook because of this. They wasn't teaching us how to cook because, hey, we need to teach you how to cook and this, that, and the third. No. And then by that, you end up serving your brother. You end up taking care of your brother. And it's like, now, how did I get in charge of that? So you have to understand the things that were taught to you were a lie. It's nothing wrong. A lot of women still feel like, hey, they have to be dainty, cutesy. And, you know, men take care of them in the princess treatment and they have to look away, right? But everything about them stink. Everything about them, their attitudes stink. The way they walk is up. Everything of how they move is messed up. They coming from a place of hate. The way they treat the man that's giving them princess treatment all that because they're living a life of what they think a woman should be. But Proverbs 31 say a woman should already pretty much have her own business, be business minded, smart, know how to pretty much hustle. If you break it down, listen, I'm paraphrasing, I'm just know how to hustle, know how to get up, know how to make, hey, put food on the table, know how to do these things. It did not say that she needed her man to do these things. It was saying that she should know how to do these things. A woman of strength is a woman that understands that I have balanced my masculine and my feminine energy. And I know when to stand in my feminine energy when my king, my man, is here. But here's the problem. We can't stand in feminine energy when the man is standing in feminine energy because it causes us to be in masculine energy. That is your twin flame, if that's what you want to know. Everybody been talking about the twin flame, you know. The twin flame is you. It's within you. Hey, you guys, we got all these people up in here. Give me a follow, you know. And on my book, if you haven't got my book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love, it is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Thank y'all for the gifts, the likes, and the shares. But listen very carefully. So then now he's in feminine energy. I'm in masculine energy because neither one of us have learned how to balance our masculine and feminine energy. That's the whole purpose of the twin flame, is for you to identify within yourself. Learn how to balance that, not trying to attract something else in. What it's saying is when you balance you, you will be able to attract everything that belongs to you. Everything that God has for you, you will be able to attract. The abundance will find you. The bag is going to run and chase you down. The love life is going to find you. Everybody that needs to be in your life to get you to the next level is going to find you. Just like the fish found Jesus when it was time to pay taxes. Jesus picked up the fish, took the coin out, and gave it to him. Like, he didn't have to go look at it and say, hey, Peter. Hey, James. Y'all, Tom. Y'all got a quarter? He didn't have to do all that. It came to him. And that's what you have to understand. So if that man is in masculine energy, feminine energy, stop calling him a bitch. Stop asking him what size panties he wear. Stop belittling him and making him feel like something's wrong for him expressing himself. Because when they express it, Gabrielle, go ahead on. When they're expressing themselves, they get beat up to express themselves. And then when we tell them you acting like a bitch, like you're on your period, and we say these things, then they shut down, or either they knock your head between the wash and the dryer, and you sitting there stuck talking about some girl, like death becomes her girl. Do you know what happened to me today? Do you understand? Stop doing that. They don't understand what's happening to them, but they have to heal that. It is not your job to fix that. That is their job to heal from that. Okay, after this, I'll text you when we get off. That is their job to heal from that. But they have to identify that. And guess how they identify that, boo-boo? By you healing. Y'all keep talking about, I know this is my soulmate. I know this is my man. God showed me that this is my man. Then y'all do the little click, that's my man. And he over here, you know what, we're not even going to go there. But at the end of the day, that's your man. Yes, but he cannot come in until you heal, because all you're going to do is tear him down. Oh my God, did I say that? This girl's going to be mad. Yeah, women, that's how much power we hold. When we heal, other people heal. Everybody that mistreated us, all of a sudden, you know how they come running. You know what, I just want to apologize. Or you know what, I did you wrong. Are they sitting around and guilt and doing all these things? Because when you heal, you raise the frequency. Do you understand, women, how much power you have? We are the ones that bring life into this world. Yeah, the dad creates seed, boom, boom, shoot it up in there. But hey, we bring it into this world. And how do we get it here? And what happens when it get here? When it comes out that canal and comes into our arms, we are the ones that curse that child, right? You're either going to curse that baby, or you're going to set that baby up for success. You're going to put blessings on that baby. See, that's where everybody get it twisted. They look at, oh, we just got to give it to God. God gave us the blessing to be able to nurture you. That you think, hey, to bring Jesus in the world, God chose Mary, someone that was a nurturer, a virgin, someone that was pure of love. Not just pure, but of love. Her heart sang love. Everything about her was love. So therefore, she's going to nurture him in love. So when y'all see these men walking around here, for me, once I started healing and realized some stuff, it made me want to go slap about all the women that's around, maybe my mom and them age, they birthed these young men that came out here acting the fool on everybody. Now they out here don't know what to do, how to do it. They cheating, they doing all this. They think it's cute and they think it's fun to have all these women, to play all these games. Who are you to decide to go into somebody's life, take your funky tail to somebody's life and say, you know what? I'm a teabag right here. And you ain't got nothing to offer. You ain't got nothing to give. You ain't got nothing encouraging to say. And then you think because you say an affirmation around a female that you're supposed to be that guy? Bruh, if you don't get up out my face, Joe, dumb, get up out my face. No. But you know why they do it? Because we allow them to do it, because we're not healed. And when you're not healed, you allow things to happen because this becomes your world. But when you start to heal, you disconnect from the world that you are attached to or that you've known all your life, and you learn to create your own world, meaning that you disconnect from this, tap into the frequency of love, and then you create your own world. That's when you get away from the whole past, future. You only know present. And what I was teaching yesterday with present time, I look at it like this when it comes to present time. When it comes to present time, I look at that's divine timing. And the people look at, oh, divine timing take too long, this, that, and the third. Well, divine timing is right on time. We just keep rushing through everything. We keep rushing through trying to looking at the hour. Well, what time is it? When you ask somebody what time it is, they say 5:10. But if you ask somebody that is healed and of divine time and they're operating in the presence, right, they're going to tell you 5, 10, and 32 seconds. Why the 32 seconds? What the 32 seconds got to do? Because of the fact I'm living in the present time in this moment. So as long as I stay in this moment, time is not just going to pass me by. I'm not rushing to get the day over with. I'm not sitting around like, man, I just dropped the kids off in this time. All I did was sit down. Now it's time for me to go back. I never sat in the present. I always sat in the future of, okay, when I get home, I got to do this. And when I get here, I got to do this. Oh, what I'm going to do after practice? I'm going to have to go to the grocery store and get this. Oh, what about this? And I kept going and going. And now I'm operating and operating. Now the day is gone. And I didn't even understand what just happened. Really, tell you the truth, I don't know what happened. But the day went by. I hustled all day, but the day went by. I never sat in the present time. And that's what I teach you. When you start to heal present, look at divine timing. When you look at God, when it says divine timing, the divine timing is those seconds. So when we looking at God like we don't have time, God, when you coming through, the rent is due on the 1st and it's the 15th, it's already, oh God, it's the 25th. When we go, it's the 25th and it's 11:59 and I gotta have this in by midnight. Midnight hit for you and you sitting back like, I ain't got it. But midnight hadn't hit for God yet. See, midnight, you still got seconds. See, you jumped, you hurried up and went by hours and minutes, but still some seconds. That's why God always come in the 12th hour. In your mind, 11:59, it's already hit 12, but it's 11:59 in 2 seconds. Still seconds in there. See, you don't want to hear nothing about no seconds unless you're in the gym, right? Holding them planks, holding that one position, 30 seconds. That's the longest 10 minutes ever. That's the longest hour ever. 25 seconds. That is the longest 4 hours ever. Do you understand? That's what it feels like. Right? So why, when you're sitting in the present time, sitting in seconds, you want to rush it? It's long then, so why can it be long now? Enjoy the moment. You cannot call in anything. You can't call in anything unless you're in the present. In the present time, this is when you create. This is your canvas. Right now, I'm sitting right here with you guys. I'm not thinking about, because I used to, oh, I got to get in there. What time? I'm going to do this at this time, and I'm going to do that at this time, and I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to get that done. And I gave myself no room for error or to breathe because I'm moving and I'm operating. Now, I'm not worrying about that. I'm outside. I'm here talking to you guys. I'm by the pond. I'm not worrying about what's coming next. I'm not worrying about, is this going to stick, that's going. I'm not worrying about anything because right now in this moment, I don't care what's waiting on me at the end of the month. I don't care what's waiting on me, in a couple of days. Because I got things going on in my life. But guess what? In this moment right now, I can't worry about that. And that's how you trust God, by sitting in the moment. Because you can't hear him clearly if you're too busy with anxiety. Did you know anxiety was future? Yeah, that's all it is. Y'all going to get these pills to calm y'all anxiety down, and all it is future. Anxiety is future. That's why it says be anxious for nothing. Anxiety is future because you're worrying about something that's not happening right now. So let's take this for an example. Your kids at that age that you still got to spend time with them, and you still got to pretend like you like them a whole lot, right? The carnival's here. You got PTSD. You got anxiety. Kids, I want to go to the carnival. And you like, dang, I got to take these kids to the carnival. But you already thinking about the crowd. You're already thinking about the parking. You're already thinking about this. And it causes you to just, and then it causes you to take it out on your kids. And you just ruin the whole thing. Because when you get there, you complaining all the way there. You get there, you complaining. They get there. You just so wore out by the time you get through the gate. Let them get 2 rides, get some cotton candy. All right, y'all, we go. That's because you're worrying about something that hasn't even happened yet. Stay in the present. Right now in the present, your kids, all they said is, can we go to the carnival? Now in the next second, you say, okay. In the next second, you get up. You see how the seconds are going? You get up. You put your shoes on. Right there in that second when you're putting your shoes on, you decided to wear these shoes and you put them on. Do you understand? That's how you have to walk life down. Don't worry about what's next, what somebody else said, or what's lined up, or how it always been. There is no more future. There's no more past. There's no more future. There is only present. And if you live in the present, you will call in everything that you have asked for, manifested, prayed for, any and everything. You'll call it in, because when you're in the present, you can hear God tell you what steps to take next. Right? I'm not going to go and ask God for something and then, oh Lord, I go worrying. I've done that before. See, before I healed, that's what I knew. That was life. When they say, put it at the altar and leave it there. Tell me how. Tell me how. How? Because I've been trying to do this. Do you know I've been coming to church only to leave whatever is dragging me down and leave it here? But somehow it keeps ending up back at my front door. It's back on me. I've been trying to. So tell me how. They can't tell you how. You know what they tell you? Read your Bible. You just got to pray. Push. Pray until something happens. Keep going. Stay focused. You need to fellowship. You need you a pray buddy. Shut up. Because I did all that. And the problem is still here. And y'all seem like y'all life is all together. And then I had to come to terms of, wait a minute. Is their life really together, or are they faking? And I'm really living a real life with problems and being honest about my problems. Bink, bink, bink. That was the solution. Okay, so I don't want nothing to do with y'all, because obviously y'all can't give me any right answer. The only correct answer there is to get into the present. Yes, get into the present to be in his presence. Oh. I think I'm going to make a t-shirt to say that. Don't take my ideas. But no, get in the present time to get in his presence. Meaning that stop worrying about things that you can't fix. Guess what? You can't fix it. You don't have the money for it. You can't do anything about it. That's that leave it at the altar that they keep talking about. Leave it at the altar. Leave it at the altar. And then they want to come put their big knuckles, big dusty palms all on you. Ain't even wash their hands. Talking about some, God said. Speak it with me. No. This is what you said. This is your theology. This is your method of teaching. This is you. God ain't said that. God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. God been telling you to just stay still. That's it. That's what stillness means. Stay in the present. The present time. In this moment right now, what do you feel? Sit back. What do you see? You panicking Man, do you know if I'd have learned this a long time ago, man, I wouldn't have had to go to therapy. I'm still going to therapy though. I like it. Nobody's greater than anything. And let's talk about therapy. A lot of people feel like therapy is for people that's crazy. Here's the problem. It's the crazy people that say therapy is for crazy people. They say, I ain't going to no therapy, that's for crazy people. Well, my little special needs friend, come heareth. Because obviously your mirror is not going to reflect what my mirror is going to show you, that something is seriously wrong with you. Yeah, PTSD is anxiety, and that's what I suffer from. But my thing with that is my outlet when I can't have an outlet to others, because humans can only process so much, especially if you know them and you're close with them, right? So even if you're my close friend, it's certain things that I won't be able to tell you because you will not be able to process it and help me properly. You'll process it and then judge knowingly or unknowingly. Not all people, but I'm just saying. What I capture. Do you understand? So listen, y'all. Listen. Let's just look at everything for what it is. You want more? Then do better. Well, how do I do better? Because I've been doing the right thing. I do right by people. I've been doing the right thing. Well, you do better by pointing to yourself. Bet on yourself. You go and you cheer everybody else on. You cheer your kids on, you cheer your husband on, you cheer your wife on, you cheer your mama on, your daddy, your brothers, your cousins. You cheer everybody. You cheer your favorite team on. You cheer everybody on. But as soon as you got something going on, you'll tell them and they listen. Man, that's real good. Let me tell you what happened to me. It's crazy. Let me tell you what happened to me. Or did you know they'll take your conversation of your achievement? You graduated with your doctorate. Man, I remember I graduated kindergarten, man. Now, I'm telling you, when I got that diploma, when I walked across that stage in kindergarten, it was something. I mean, I felt it was life-changing. I mean, all the doors were open. I mean, the sky was the limit, you know? Yep. You know, I just knew when I walked off that stage, my mom and dad was sitting right there with them, the cameras that you have to put the film in. And they took that picture. I already knew I was destined for greatness. You see, they'll take your enjoyment, your excitement, or your achievement and make it about themselves. And then you find yourself never wanting to celebrate anything with anybody. I know my next victory, trust me, I'm just going to celebrate with the people that are in the now with me, in the present time with me, the ones that I actively talk to, you know what I mean, that is cheering me on right now in these moments, in these times that I've been talking to, that I've built relationships with. Those are the ones that when I celebrate, when I have my party, when I have my celebratory and I celebrate my victory, those are the ones that will be there. I don't care if not a family member is there. And the reason why I say that, and I don't have an issue with my family, I'm just saying I'm giving you something so you can understand the importance about self-love and pouring into yourself. Listen, I'm no more in my life ever sharing anything that's of importance to me with people that don't see the importance of it. They just see what can they gain from it or benefit from. So if I throw a party, we gonna eat good, we gonna drink good, we gonna have somewhere to stay, we gotta get a hotel, we gotta no. I am not sharing my space with people anymore that does not see the importance in what I'm celebrating. Doesn't mean that you hate people. Doesn't mean that you dislike. It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means that, hey, enjoy yourself. Take your victory lap. And you're going to take that victory lap around people that truly, genuinely love you and want to see you win because they was right there and seeing you when you got it out the mud, versus the people that you've been knowing for years hear you talking about this stuff, but every time you talk, like, it was so crazy to me. This was the craziest thing to me. And I had family members. I had been working on this book, posting about this book, talking about this book. It get published, and then they come back after it's been out for a while. You wrote a book? You've been liking all my posts, so what was you liking then? You've been liking, talking about some go ahead on, good job, liking it. So what the hell? Why you ain't tell us you wrote a book? Well, damn, I'll be damned. Okay. Why? Thank y'all for the follow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Darnell. But yeah. So in these times, I don't care if it's your own kids. If they don't see the importance of what you're celebrating, don't even invite them either. I'm not inviting nobody to anything that I'm going to celebrate from now on. Period. I'm going to celebrate and I'm going to enjoy. Maybe they can catch a picture, maybe they won't catch a picture. I don't care. I am in a season where I owe nobody any explanation, and I don't care if people ever talk to me again. I don't care if you don't. I don't care. I don't care. Don't come bother me, because I've given myself so much over the years and throughout my life that I never received it back. I received it back in the way, as my brother say, my family only talk to me because I have money. Wasn't that a kick in the stomach? Like, damn, like, that's all I'm worth? So nobody like me. Nobody like me. It's just I got money. Damn. All right, cool. Well, you know what? Guess what? Those are the type things that I'm at my place of, well, I'll go ahead and disconnect from all of that. Because you don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to worry about if people are around you genuinely, because you don't have to worry about if people are just saying things because they feel a type of way, because people are more drawn to you because you have something that they don't have. I'm not competing with nobody ever in life, So in your season of healing, you have to learn to disconnect from people that don't know how to celebrate the important thing in your life. Thank y'all for the like, shares, and the follow. The enemy of God, self wants to play God over it all. You're absolutely right. I'm sorry if I was missing y'all stuff. But listen, thank y'all for the follow. But that's what I want you guys to understand, that in this season of your healing, when you decide to let go of everything that you were once taught, because, oh, well, you've been friends with this person since elementary, so y'all been friends this long, you have to stay friends. Or y'all fam, blood is thicker than water, blood, blood fight, but we can get back together and we blood, and if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But at the same time, you can never heal from something and living in toxicity. You cannot heal and become the better version of you. That's why when people say God isolated me and, took me from people, God did not do that. You got to remember, isolation, they love to use this word, especially in church and everywhere. The word isolation. God isolate. Look up what isolation means. But looking at isolation means to be shut off from everything, pulled away from everything, meaning that you are by yourself. Now, let me tell you something. When we become isolated, what do? We go in our rooms, we go in our homes, we don't open no blinds, we sit back, whatever. What dwells in the dark? Everything is going to attach to you. Every spirit of depression, anxiety, all that, yes, it's going to attach itself to you. Thank you for the likes and the shares and the gift. Thank you, Leanna. Thank you. So all that attaches to you, and you sitting around depressed, talking about God took me away from everybody. Because no, God will disconnect you, but the world, you're still attached to the world. Meaning, you're not of the world. You're in the world, but you're not of the world. You're detached from everything that you once knew was right. Everything that you once thought was right. Everything that you once thought loved you, he showed that who they truly were, disconnected you from that. What it is, kind of like look at it like he disconnected your feelings from everything that you were once tied to and showed you everybody's true colors. And then in that moment when he showed you with that person that you shared a pillow with, right? That person that you shared a pillow with all these years showed you the truth. Like the mask came off, your veil was lifted now. The mask came off, God showed you who he was, and then you start making your exit plan. Or her showed you who she was, and you start making your exit plan. And when you start making your exit plan, it's like it was emotional. It's like, and they like, I don't know what happened. She just got up and left. I don't know what happened. He just got up and left. He must be cheating. See, they don't understand that when God disconnects you, that means he unplug your feelings from that, okay? Plug back into me. Unplug from that source and you plug into the one and only source, which is me. Let me feed you. Let me give you the energy. Let my currency run through you. Let me revive you. Let me show you what right look like. Let me show you how to be the house of power without having to power bill, without having to pay somebody to do something for you, without having to pay somebody to love you. Let me show you by showing yourself how to love yourself. And then those people, they like, it just happened overnight. I don't know what happened. It got to be somebody else. No. That's when God steps in. It don't hurt. It don't cause depression. It don't cause you looking crazy. When God step in, it's a total disconnect, but you are still present and you know exactly what's going on. You see people for who they are. One day you just wake up like, you know what? Unplug. No. And I talk about that in my book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love, about the energy pool in the journal. It's the energy pool is on Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble website. It is Trinity Walk to Self-Love. If you haven't followed, go ahead and follow. Go to my website. The link is in my bio. Sign up for my YouTube. And I think I said everything. Yep. Yeah. So I can help you heal and become the better version of you. Listen, you just disconnect from them. You have no feelings. You become numb. You know why you become numb? Because you pulled your energy back. When you are full off your own energy, baby, it feels so good. Like you don't have a care in the world. You be so nonchalant. You like, all right, cool. Because when you got your energy back, you have power. You got your power back. And when you got your power back on, guess what? You could tune into whatever you want to tune into. It's kind of like when the lights and everything, the electricity gets shut off in the house. You can't watch no TV, you can't do nothing. When the electricity come back on, you're like, you know what? I'm going to watch this channel. I can watch this. I can watch. And that's how your life is. You can tune into whatever you want to do. But what you're not going to do is tune into anything that's low vibrational ever again. You'll always tune into something that's high vibrational because now you're plugged into the frequency of love. From love is nothing else but the best. It's nothing but abundance and blessings. So therefore, you can tune into whatever you want. Everything that you tune in at this point is going to be for the best of you. So you can be the best version of yourself. So you can grow. So God can show you some things so he can feed you. That's what that is. Of course, there's going to be a hacker. Of course, there's going to be someone trying to tap into the frequency. Of course, those things are going to happen, just like it does now. And you get online, somebody trying to hack it to. Of course, somebody's going to come. That old ex going to come back talking about some. Man, you looking good though. You know, I'm proud of you. You know, my knees bad. I was out there, and I realized when my knees got bad, when I jumped off the porch, when I jumped up and did that one shot. Kind of came back, fell on my ankle and bust my knee, and then my throat fell out, you know, because everything that used to work, he used to get your attention, she used to get your attention, say all that, and when it don't work, it's just like, man, what do I got to do to be back with you? But you got to go heal, sir, and not just the little heal, the one hit or quitter heal, the hitter quitter heal, the one thing of, I ain't never let no bra hurt me like that again. That's the only thing you gonna heal is a memory, is a feeling. Oh, you doomed. It's a wrap for you. But you know you only had 30 minutes. It's a wrap for you. Do you understand? So you have to know. Chat with Coach Nye. It's in my link. It's in my link. This is so true. I had to unplug last year. Yeah. So that's the thing, like, that you're not coming from a religion point of view that was violently imposed. Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. You can't worry about how people Once you tapped into the frequency that you're supposed to be on, tapped into love, and you're vibing high, you can't worry about what your past. You can't worry about what's going on in the future. You don't worry about anything. You focusing on the right now. When I say I focus on the right now, and don't get it twisted, because I have my days when I'm just like, God, what is you gonna do? God, you know, I'm counting my 11th hour. God, what, you know, God, I'm about to give birth. I'm in my 3rd trimester. I'm nesting right now, God. Right now, my contractions are coming, God. So you know I'm about to give birth to a thing, a need. I'm birthing a need from you. You know, whatever it is that I need, Lord God. I'm in this moment right now having my contractions, God. I don't have a coach. I don't have an epidural. I don't have nobody around me. I don't have a doctor. I don't have anything. God, what am I supposed to do? Get back in the present time, because, yeah, you got your contraction, but you're only 4 centimeters dilated, so you got time. Hold on. I'm going to get there as soon as you hit 10. I'm going to be the one to deliver. I'm your doctor. Don't worry about it. But see, you're trying to wait for it to come in a certain way. Like something's due, you need the money for something, and you're looking for it to come in a certain way. You went and played the lottery, and you didn't win. You didn't get that 1.something billion, did you? You didn't, did you? No, you didn't, because you on here. Because there's no way in hell that I get all that money and then I be on here talking about some, let me listen in to get a word of encouragement. I'm encouraged. 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 Yes, sir. So, I play too much. You have to give God time, and what God tell us is in the moment. Get back into present time. Experience is the best teacher ever, and I'm thankful. Listen, yeah. Hold on, let me help facilitator out, because I don't know what he's talking about. Because some people just come on just to do or say something. What's up, Tanya? Some people just come on just to be heard a lot, and it's not that they're saying anything bad or anything, but they will try and disrupt you, and you have to learn how to mute them instead of going on them. And sometimes I let people stay on a little bit longer than they're supposed to, only because you never know what's going on in that person's head or mind, and this is the only place that they can get that information out. So let them have it. But so yeah, just hold on, stay in this present time, stay present. If you guys haven't followed, go ahead and follow. If you haven't gotten your book, it is Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. This is the last week that I'm going to be offering life coaching sessions, free life coaching sessions. This is your first one. This is the last week that I'm going to do that. So you have to book it under my website, under consultation. Book you one. And if it's booked, then go ahead and inbox me and I got you, okay? Well, come on. So yeah, so back to what I was saying, in that moment when you're about to give birth and you're in that need, you're standing in, you're in need. Let me tell you what you need though. This is something, I talk about this in my journal, in my book, of get you a Nye Buddy. Well, I'm Coach Nye. A Nye Buddy is somebody that's going to hold you accountable, is going to push you, is going to stand in the gap for you when the moments that you can't speak and you can't pray a thing and ask a thing and to come into existence. That Nye Buddy will be right there to call it in. You don't have to worry. They already know if you moving left or right. See, I have some Nye Buddies. When I'm going through it, I ain't talk to nobody. They call me because we're spiritually connected. We're on the same frequency. So guess what? Sometimes the way that you're feeling, you're like, I was just having a great day, and all of a sudden I'm feeling a type of way. It's because somebody is pulling on your energy that's in the need of something. That's why it's so important to go and stand in the gap and pray for somebody, even if you don't know who it is. But whatever you're feeling, whatever come to mind, you pray for them and you get them up out of that, because you know that whole audio, get up out of it. Get up out of it. That prayer is going to get them up out of it. They may not never acknowledge the fact that somebody was praying for them, but they know that it was a miracle that they got up. And that's why it's so important to always be there for somebody, to always, have someone back. But you got to have boundaries. So I don't suggest y'all go helping nobody until you heal and create boundaries, because what you're going to do is overextend. You're going to go pray for them. Then you're going to look around and say, you know what? Y'all can use some curtains around here. Let me put some curtains. You know what? Let me open your oh, you need some food too. And that's not what God sent you over there for at all. But you think because you're doing a good deed that, this will help you on your walk with Christ. No. Why do you think some people, they sit around because they go do things outside of the will of God, and then they like, God, why me? I was just doing right. I do right by people. No, you went outside of me to do that, so now you have to handle that outside of me. I can't fix what you brought outside of me, but what you can do is walk away from it, and then I can help you. But listen, he can't. He told you to go over there and pray. He was at the store, told you to get some milk and drop it off at this address. That's all he told you to do. He didn't tell you to ring the doorbell and say, hey, you need some milk. He didn't tell you to do any of that. He told you to get your stinking tail, put that bonnet on. I take that bonnet off, go into the Dollar General, get some milk, take it to this address, drop it off, and then boom, go on about your way. But what you want to do? Oh, because you cute today. Everybody gonna see that that bust down. Everybody gonna see this bust down. Ding dong. I was just in the area, and then you got to give me your testimony. I was in the area and God said, go get some milk and bring it to this address. I don't know. Do you need some milk? And the whole time you done went outside of his will. Now you done messed up the whole thing, because the person that you're talking to is very prideful. And she's going to allow her ego to get in the way of feeding her children. But see, God, that's God's daughter, so he already know how she is. But then you done took your big knuckle face ass over there talking about some ding dong. You need some milk? No. You're out of alignment. Period. Go home. Stop overextending. Thank you. Thank you. Stop overextending. Do what you were told to do, and then God will bless that. You get a big old house, and you like, oh, just in case my family got to live here, this, that, and that. God did not say get that big old house because of your family. Trust me, I'm living in this situation. Mine's is for my children, though. So, no one can call me and say, hey, you got that big old house. We need somewhere to stay. That's a you problem, not a me problem, because this house was not created for you. No, I don't have to open my house up for anybody. I don't care who you is. But I tell you what, it's a shelter down the street. And if you get there early, you can get first dibs on the 2 cots that's by the door. And the ones that's by the door, see, it's a taco truck that come and late at night and they give away free tacos. But the ones that's right by the door, they get them tacos for free. So you might want to get there real fast. I'm trying to tell you. What time is it right now? Oh, you ain't going to make it. So you definitely going to be in the back. But next time, for future references, make sure you know that. I don't owe anybody anything. I do what God tell me to do. When God tell me to move, I move. When God tell me to operate, I operate. I execute when he tell me to execute. I treat people the way he tell me to treat them. I'm not that big old nice and, hey, take advantage of me. Hey, people please. Here, take all my money. I don't care. It's just money. I'll get it again. No. Not doing that. Oh, were they homeless? They need some food. God didn't send me over there. See, this is where we get it mixed up at. Because a lot of people will think like, oh, that's mean because God said take care of your neighbor and always love and treat people and bring them in your house. And that's why y'all are sitting in the predicaments y'all is now, looking around talking about, God, I need some money because I don't let all these people come live with me and I can't afford them. Let me explain something to you. Just because that person is homeless, if God didn't tell you to go over there and feed them, don't do that. Always listen to God. And I'm going to tell you why. Because that task probably was already for someone else. I'm sure God is going to send somebody. That's how I believe in God. My faith in God is everything. You operating out of the will of God and going to take care of some stuff because it's the kindness of your heart. You want to make sure you do right. And you go. Now, you just stepped on the toes of the person that he's trying to teach something. This was the lesson learned. Because maybe the next person that was going to walk back was going to be real nasty to them. And God needed to show that person some karma and teach them some things. You see what I'm saying? Everything has a ripple effect. And if you decide to go over there when God told you to take your tail that way. And you were supposed to go that way because you was going to run into somebody that he was sending your way because this is what he needs you to take care of. But now you done missed the block because you want to go over here and get in somebody else's business. You got to learn to mind your business. Mind your business. Mind the business that God gave you. Don't operate out of his will. It's kind of like the covenant. Like, it was falling. God said don't touch it, but he went and he was being helpful. He didn't want it to immediately. Dead immediately. I don't care what your good heart willing ass wanted to do. Just immediately out of there. Now, Humble T, what's up, Gary? But yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Just because you feel like it's the right thing. It's just some people out here that just have good hearts, period. They just have really good hearts. It is people out here, we just was made that way to have good hearts. But we were supposed to have good hearts with boundaries. Boundaries. Does not mean that I'm going to look down on you or this, that, and the other. No, it means that the boundaries is to protect us because our hearts are so good that we will overextend ourselves and give out everything. That person will say, I'll give you the shirt off my back. Well, God didn't tell you to give him the shirt off your back. So now you're cold. Look at you. You're cold. You're shaking. That baby's shaking. That baby shaking. Baby cold. Take your shirt off her. God didn't tell you to do that. And see, we get it twisted or mixed up because we're like, okay, but God said do right by people. But no, do what he told you to do. And until you understand that we are only here to do his business, nothing has nothing to do with us. The things that go on with you, it has nothing to do with you. It's not a woe me. It's not happening to you. You know, it's happening through you, or it's happening for you, but it's not happening to you. And then when you learn to disconnect the whole thing of why me? Why not you? It has nothing to do with you. Everything we do is a testimony for somebody else. So yes, sometimes I find myself in situations and I'm like, now God, now I know doggone well there's no reason for me to be going through this. Kind of like Job. It is no reason for Job to be going through what he's going through. Now God, what you got going on? What's the plan so I can feel a little bit, get comfortable in it? What do you need from me in this moment? See, if Job sit back like, God, what is you on? Like, all right, fill me in so I'll, you took everything? Like, are we Indian giving that? What? Whole time, God done offered him up. Have you tried my servant Job? Job down there like, bro, what is this really happening? Did I just what? How did I end up in the deathbed? What? How did I end up in the bed with full of sores? And am I dying? Am I Jesus? What is happening? You see, that's how we get, because it's like, God, but the point that had to be made in that, it had to be a testimony in that, and the testimony was, God was that certain of his servant. He knew. Like, it was kind of like, bruh, the devil like, you know I can't touch that dude. That's one of yours. You know he got that hedge over there. You know. And God like, no. You can do, go ahead. You can't take him out, but go ahead. So, yeah, he lost it all. God gave it back. But it make you look at when you say, why me? Shh. Use me. That means you thinking that highly of me? Oh, after this over with, I'm about to run the world. Oh, after this over with, oh, God about to bless me that I'm in charge of the whole world. Yes, sir. Yep. Boop. Should have had a V8. Because I'm in charge now. Watch out. Everybody that treated me wrong, oh, I'm in charge now. Oh. Boy, you better be lucky I love God, because I almost hit that button. No, I almost hit the get them up out of here button. But all right. But now, you hated me, but you about to respect me. Do you understand? So instead of getting mad that God, like, God, why me? Why not you? That means he think of you as that strong and that special to handle any and everything that he sends your way. You that chick, right? You that guy. Listen, if y'all have not followed, go ahead and follow. If you haven't got my book, it's Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. Life Coaching Sessions. This is the last week the last week that I'm offering your first session free. If you book it under consultation, this is the last week for that. So go ahead, and if it's already booked up and you can't find a slot, then go ahead and inbox me, okay? So if y'all haven't followed, go ahead and follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you guys for choosing this platform to come on. Go sign up for my YouTube. The link is in my bio. Subscribe there, and then you'll get the link to my podcast. It is on Apple. It's Storytime with Coach Nye. I only have season 1 up, but season 2 is in production. All right, y'all. So yeah, but thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that I was able to help you guys in certain areas. My whole thing is to teach you how to tap into a frequency, change your mindset, because what you process in your mind becomes your reality. If you process that it'll never be you, that you'll never be successful, you'll never be the point that you can live in big homes and drive nice cars and have this or have children, for the ones that want to have children. I just got chills when I said that. So for the ones that's out there that's been having children and asking God for children, if you keep in the mindset that you can't because you've tried so many times, then that becomes your reality. Change the way you think. Change the way you think. Sit in the present. Do not overthink. Do not get in the future. Do not go in the past. Stay in the present. And when you ask God for a thing, receive it in the present right now. That's how God operates. I ask God for what I want. Right now, God, this is what I ask you for. And I ask him for it. Sometimes I don't even ask. I'm like, God, I want, because I understand my role with him. He is my father. So I am a spoiled daughter, a good spoiled daughter. Like, I'm a good daughter, but I am spoiled because he gives me whatever my heart desires, because I stay in alignment with the things that he needs me to do. Meaning that when he blessed me with all this, I'm not going to start acting brand new. Like, I ain't got time to be life coaching y'all. I ain't got time to be talking to y'all. I got money now. I'm gone. You know, that's not what he already know. I'm not going to do that. That's why he gives me the things of my heart, what my heart desire. But I stand in the present time, and I just wait in the seconds, and not the minute and hour. I wait in the seconds. So when everyone's saying it comes right on time on God's time, and no, it's going to come right on time with you as well. Right when you need it, it's going to come right on time, because you're going to be standing in the seconds and not the minutes. So while it's 12 o'clock for everybody else, it is 11:59, 38 seconds for you. So midnight hasn't struck yet, because in the midnight hour things change, right? God come through in the midnight hour. So now you're sitting over here because you set your clock fast. When you set your clock, you looked and said, what time is it? They told you it was 5:55. That's a number, y'all. It's 5:55, and what you did, you set it for 5:56. And so therefore you're already sitting in the midnight hour, and you in your mind have already processed the midnight hour does not work. Things do not change in the midnight hour. When old Coach Nye over here sitting at 11:59 and 38 seconds, that means I still have time. And when I hit that midnight hour, my life will change. That's the faith you have to believe. You have to stop worrying about the how it's going to get to you, when it's going to get to you. You know, how do I do this? All you have to do is just stay present and ask. You have not because you ask not. And I'm not talking about asking in a flaunt out prayer and going crazy and snotting and crying and crawling all over the floor with your head down, talking about you're seeking God, and then you go to church and throw yourself on the altar, and then you ask the pastor and them to pray for you, and you like, you know what, can y'all pray for me? And the whole time you ask him to pray for you, and that ain't even his job. He's not even a deliverer. He don't even have the gift to deliver anything, because he too busy delivering that skirt. He chasing skirts. I was about to get real slick, but he chasing skirts, delivering them. Do you understand? And yet you talking about deliver me. This is my exodus. Deliver me. Lord, deliver me. But Lord, deliver me. But I'm going to go to the pastor and say, deliver me. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people, we put so much trust into man to do something that we can already do with ourselves by sitting here in the present time and having a conversation with God, calming all of this down, disconnected from everything that you once knew, and just say, you know what? Right now, in this moment, my health is good. I feel good. I'm not angry. I'm not stressed. My bills are paid. Okay. I'm all right. My blank canvas. Okay. check that, check that. Now, what am I about to do next? I'm about to write a book. I'm not going to say I'm going to write a book and it's going to sell millions. Nope. I'm going to write a book. Whatever you decide to do, God will bless it as long as you're in alignment. I'm going to write a book. You don't future front. You don't go worrying about who's going to publish it, who's going to give you the money, who's going to do this. I'm telling you from experience, this is my testimony. Because he bring the people to you. He brought the publisher to me. When I started with my trying to figure out with my t-shirts, he brought the marketing person to me. He brought the person to me that was going to make my shirts. He brought every idea that I needed to me. When I needed a photographer, I didn't know a photographer. I was just sitting there talking with this guy. Guess what? He brought this guy to me and brought the photographer to everything. He brought to me. I don't have to go look for anything. Whatever I want, he bring it to me. I have to just sit and be present. He brings it. He bring it. Yep, he do. But listen, it's getting dark. I enjoy my time with you guys. If you haven't followed, go ahead and follow. I thank y'all so much. I really had a good time with you guys. I ask you guys follow. If you have not purchased the book, the journal, it is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. It is Trinity Walk to Self-Love. Okay, it's Trinity Walk to Self-Love. The link to my website is in my bio. If you want a life coaching session, the first session is ending this week, but the first session is free if you book it under consultation. If it's all booked there, then go ahead and inbox me, and then I'll put you in a slot. I have emergency slots open as well that I keep for emergency purposes. So inbox me, and then I can slide you in there. What else? Go ahead, subscribe to my YouTube, and I think I covered everything. You know, I'm be so busy for promoting everybody else, I forget to promote myself and talk about myself. And the podcast, season 1, I re-put season 1 back out there on the, it's on Spotify. It is Storytime with Coach Nye. And season 2, I am right now finishing up with season 2 to be able to upload it. So I really appreciate you guys. I thank you all for everything that you've done. And remember, God will pour into your cup until it overflows. But do not expect that cup to be filled with money. Everybody look for money. Money is not what runs, that bring us the needs, to meet our needs. It's the currency. If you have good energy, which is currency, if you have good energy, you attract everything. So, and when he pour into your cup until it overflow, it is not for everybody. The overflow is just not extra. It is not for this. It is for you for the people he's going to bring to you, because you're going to be the storehouse in this moment. And if no one told you today, I'm telling you right now, I love you, and I'm super, super proud of you. I want to see you guys do great. And if you need help during your going through your self-love journey, understanding what a self-love journey is, or just life coaching or healing, reach out to me, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much once again. Coach Nye out.